How do you get what you want? What do you want and how are you going to get it? And is there a specific plan, strategy, way to achieve your goals? Now, goal setting is obviously often considered rah-rah, motivational, hoo-ha. Does it actually work or is it a waste of time? So let's not call it goal setting. Let's just ask the question, what do you want? And then the next logical question is, how are you going to get it? And I'm surrounded by people in my gym, motivational, inspiring people who have all set goals and achieved them. So could it be a really good idea to study the people that are achieving their goals, not the ones that aren't? And if you do study the people that aren't achieving their goals, study what they're doing and do everything the opposite. That's something I've learnt the hard way. If those people aren't, and this is a great question, if somebody's going to criticize you for what you're doing, would you accept their criticism if you wouldn't accept their advice? And a lot of people give us advice, but we wouldn't want to live their lives, but they criticize what we're doing. And if you are a goal achiever, if you want something and you do it, you get it, you make it happen, is it possible that you'll get criticised for that? People won't like you. That's just a side note to be aware of. And I always ask that question. If you've got some great things that you want to do, achieve, have in your life, would everybody that's in your life right now want you to have those? Would they be happy for you? So that's another thing to consider. So what do you want? Why is it important to you? And I always ask that question because if it's to impress other people or to have other people like you, or because you're scared that people won't like you or respect you, is it possible that you may not achieve the goal? So the people that are in my gym that I'm surrounded by, these are people that they're pretty mature, and my definition of maturity is when you stop caring what other people think and you start living your life to your own core values. So what is it that you want? To make sure that it happens, it's just a headspace that goes like this: I will never give up. You only fail if you give up. So if you never give up, you can never fail. So once you start something, you just keep going until it's finished. And I learned that in the very beginning. I've run a lot of long distance runs. I've done 21 marathons, and I'm not sharing that with you to impress you. I'm sharing that because I didn't ever think I could run a marathon. I didn't think I was good enough. I was told I was too big to run a marathon, too slow to run a marathon. But somebody said to me, it's as simple as this, Rowie. When the gun goes off, you start running. And when you finish the race, you stop. That's it. There's no option to give up. You just keep going until you're finished. Then you can't fail at running marathon. And once you've run a marathon, you'll always be a marathon runner. I took that on board and did 21 of them and absolutely loved them. I'm sharing this with you because if you have that attitude, I will never give up. I only fail if I give up, so I'm not going to give up, so I won't fail. It's a beautiful circle. Then is it possible that you'll achieve your goals? Please say yes. The next thing, of course, you've got to focus on your goals, not focus on the things that take you away from your goals. So one of the questions that I ask all day long, every day, 365 days of the year, is what I'm doing right now, this minute, heading me towards my goals or taking me away from my goals? And I'm asking that question because a lot of people, I'm sure you know them, you've met them, you might have even been in this position where you want something, but you waste a lot of time on other stuff. So life takes over, or other people take over your life, or you make excuses for not doing, so then you don't achieve your goals. If you focus every minute of every day on this is my goal, and is what I'm doing right now heading me towards my goal or away from my goal, is it possible that you're more likely to achieve it? If you focus on something, if your brain is focused on something important to you, are you more likely to achieve it? And again, I'm surrounded by people who will tell you that's the truth. I want this to happen in my life, so I'm going to focus on it, and I'm not going to give up until I've achieved it. To me, that's all really simple. Now, the other thing with the goal setting, just as a very important side note, the brain thinks in pictures. We often hear, write your goals down. Some people learn by words, and some people learn by listening, and some people learn by doing, and some people learn by seeing, but the brain thinks in pictures. So if you create pictures of your goals rather than writing them down, so I have every screen in my home is constantly, there's no television, there's just our goals rolling through those screens, so that every time I look at a screen in my home, I can see my goal. And again, that's not some rah-rah motivational thing. That's how the brain works. The neuroscientists, the psychologists and psychiatrists will tell you that if you focus on something, you're more likely to achieve it. If you're not thinking about it, if you don't care about it, it's very unlikely that you'll achieve it. So what do you want? Why do you want it? Do you want it to so that you can achieve for you, or you're trying to impress other people? And obviously, could it be really important to want something for you and to make your life better rather than to have people like you? I think that's just a really important question to ask. And then if you've got a never give up attitude, are you more likely to achieve? Please say yes. And wouldn't it be nice to, at the end of every week, every month, at the end of every year, at the end of your life, be able to look back and say, I did it. I set a goal and I achieved it. I wanted to be healthy, fit and strong, and I am. I wanted to have a career or business that I love, and I do. I want to be financially free, and I am. And I promised myself I would only have great people in my life, and I do. And that's what Romax is all about every day. My whole life is focused on those 4 things. I would love everybody. That's my goal. Everybody to be healthy, fit and strong, have a career or business that love, be financially free and have great people in their life. But what I want for other people is irrelevant. You have to want it for you. So I'm just going to put myself into the begging position as I always do. If you are a parent, a teacher, a coach, a boss, a leader, a pastor, somebody that people look up to for inspiration, motivation and advice, would it be a really good idea to be the living, breathing example of a goal achiever? So this is how I'm going to live my life, and then live your life like that so that people know that it's possible. Rather than treating goal setting as something that's motivational rah-rah, how about what do you want? Why do you want it? Never give up until you get it, and live your life to the max. Super duper doo, how are you? Living my life to the max as a goal achiever. Woohoo!